Good evening. My name is Richard. I am a recipient of the sleeve gastrectomy procedure. My doctor was Dr. Paul Chipano from North Florida Bariatrics. He was awesome. I had my procedure done on March 10th around noon. I started at 440 pounds. I've been a 300 pluser since early 90s, since high school. I was extremely active at first, and once I hurt my knees a couple different times and had knee surgery, the activity stopped, but I kept the eating going. You know, it's always been a comfort thing for me. Early 2000s, I was blessed enough to come in contact with a professional bodybuilder who worked with me. He worked at the same place I did, and he was really good with routine and food and such. And I went from 380 at the time all the way down to 300. And my strength and everything went through the roof. And I mean, I gained a lot of knowledge of how the body works, how the chemistry of food works with the body, and what it's used for. Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, we stopped working out together, and I landslid. I rolled down the hill and gained everything back. And then over a 5-year process, I gained about another 50 pounds on top of what I was previously. In January, I gave my deposit to start the process for a gastric band. I wanted to go through the lap band surgery and use that as a tool to get me on my horse and get healthy for my child. And as we started, and I was working with Dr. Chipana the whole time, he basically gave me an ultimatum and told me, you know, you're weighing 440 pounds. If you don't lose so much weight, I'm going to have to do the gastric sleeve on you. Well, I lost the weight I was supposed to lose. I went from 440 down to 428. And when he goes to schedule for me, he took me to schedule me for my my surgery. I had lost. I lost down to 428. I was 440 whenever my insurance came through. And when he scheduled me for a surgery, he gave me a little time and said, if you lose the weight, you know, you lose 15 pounds or something like that, you know, I can go through the lap band procedure, because it may be more successful if I wasn't carrying as much weight. So I lost the weight, and I came in for my diet, for my consultation for the surgery, and I had already been approved for the sleeve, which this sleeve is, more people are getting approval for it on a daily basis, but it's still kind of a new procedure. It was explained to me that this sleeve is something that they use for people who are too high risk for the initial surgery for gastric bypass. So they'll do the sleeve, and then they'll follow up with the gastric bypass. Now it's just a procedure in itself, where, you know, they use it, and that's the tool that you use to lose the weight and to get healthy and to change your life. So I had an opportunity. He gave me the option to go through the banding or the sleeve, and I decided to go with the sleeve because this medium that we're using here, the video medium, YouTube, gave me a lot of information. I heard good stories, bad stories. I have people in my life that have had both banding and gastric bypass surgery, and I've heard the goods and the bads of those. So you know, personal experiences aside, you know, YouTube definitely gave me most of my information. You'll find videos of the surgery being done and executed, and you know, it'll enlighten you. If you're interested in something like the sleeve, you know, by all means, you know, watch YouTube. Put the VSG in the YouTube field and see what happens. You know, there's tons and tons of videos. Many people, everybody, seems like everybody who's had this surgery is going to YouTube to do a diet. My support group from the bariatric office, they didn't tell me that this was necessary, but I feel like it is. You know, this is going to keep me honest, and this is going to keep everybody who follows me honest. The 2-week diet prior to surgery was hell. It was. I went from 428 down to 408. and this was in the environment, in the work environment, where nobody takes lunch breaks and everybody brings a McDonald's, so you're in an office surrounded by the smell of fries all day. So I was definitely a monster those 2 weeks. My boss worked with me. He was really good with helping me get through that process, let me work from home when I needed to or what have you. I went into surgery on Wednesday around noon. No complications. Came out about 1:30. The doctor was very happy with the changes that I made to make sure that surgery came through successfully. I've had the gas pockets in the belly. The discomfort, there's no pain. For me, there was no pain. They had me on Thoradin or something like that. It's an IV-based painkiller, and it was okay. I wasn't really ever in pain. It's just discomfort because of the gas bubbles. They have to inflate you like a balloon really to get in there and work properly without hurting anything besides the stomach. So the gas bubbles were uncomfortable, but you can walk them off. I've still got a couple. It's only been 2 days. No pain issues. I can't pick anything up over 10 pounds, and I've got to be real careful about how I climb in and climb out of bed because I don't want to have any abdominal tears or anything where they went in and actually did the work. I got on the scale when I got home. I was expecting, because I've had like 3 cups of chicken broth in 2 days time. I was expecting to come home and be like 400 pounds. I was like geared up to come home, and it was a slight disappointment when I got on the scale and weighed 2 pounds more than I did when I went into surgery. But I haven't talked or asked anybody. It just common sense was, I'm thinking it's because the chicken broth had sodium in it, and I've been drinking a lot of fluids. So I'm holding water. Outside of that, you can give me a couple days and a couple of walks. I should be dropping it. It should start coming off pretty quick. Right now I'm drinking. I'm trying to drink at least 64 ounces of fluid a day. And going forward, the broth out of soups, the chicken broth, whatever I need to do for the first week, and then going to the full liquid diet, which is a little different. It's going to be a week of. I've got to read over it. It's a week of other stuff, but it includes jellos and popsicles and stuff like that. Things that won't get caught, Last week's going to be pureed, pureed food. So I've just got to hold out on trying to work with anything solid until my stomach's ready for it. I had 1 vitamin today that was whole, and I crushed the second one after I ate the first one because it wasn't even a large pill, but it was big enough to get down there and cause my stomach some grief. I got really gassy really quick. It was uncomfortable for at least 45 minutes trying to dissolve that pill in my stomach. Brain part, man, that brain part stunk too. Anyway, this is video 1 of many. I'm hoping to put at least 10 or 12 out there. If you have any questions, post it. I'll be checking my stuff at least once a day now. This is my own little video diary. This is going to be, it's really to benefit me, as selfish as that sounds. I want to be able to look back on this, when I'm having tried times, and be able to reflect, because this is a change of life. This isn't a banding. This isn't where they can go in and take it out and then you got a normal stomach again. This is where they remove 80% of your stomach and you are like that for the rest of your life. So it's 1 day at a time, 1 step at a time. I'm doing this for my wife, for my family, for my child. I'm doing this for myself because I'm going to be in a rhino skin thong in this time next year. Don't try to imagine that. That's kind of gross. But I might do a photo shoot for you if I get to that point. So my name's Richard, Big Rich, signing out. Hopefully this time, next month, I'll be able to tell you about the great losses and tell you about what I'm doing to continue to lose. Again, thank you for all your support, and I hope y'all have a great evening.